Man, just met them in Nashville, Tennessee, coming through on tour a few years back, and have just stayed in touch. And, for us to get to bring out younger bands and kind of introduce them to our fans, our audience, that's a privilege. And we really do hand select all the bands we tour with, and that's an important part of the night, from the time you walk in the door till the time we walk out. We want it to be something that's curated.
Totally. And having been around now and having this great perspective that you guys do as a band, what are the biggest differences, good or bad, that you see in a younger act nowadays like Colony House and maybe the bands that you came up with in that San Diego scene?
Wow, that is a good question. We've seen a lot of different ways of doing things, and right now it seems like things happen a little faster sometimes than they used to. I mean, let's just take, for example, Meant to Live, which was one of our songs. We played that song for 2 years before anyone noticed it on the radio. And we played it in every club, every little 200, 300 person. We really paid our dues, if you will, and then it kind of took off on radio, and then it became a thing. Whereas now I think songs will take off way faster.
Oh, yeah.
Like a band will release it will be in a car commercial, and then everybody knows it the next month. And you're like, whoa, when did that come out? Oh, last month. It's their only song out, right? Yeah, you have these bands where you're like, it's huge, but it's their only song, and they're going to put it on an EP, and it's going to come out soon. And you're like, wow, we didn't do it that way. It happens so fast for people now. But I love it. I think music is thriving, but the music industry is very moldable.
Yeah.
It's very moldable, and how things can shoot up to charts, like it's a YouTube sensation, and you're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
I was literally this morning at the, I work at the alternative radio station here in New York. I was talking to a guy who won't name names, just signed a $4 million deal with a major record label, has 15 minutes of recorded music.
See?
Wow. It's true.
That's the thing.
Isn't that just wild? It's crazy, but it's funny. I don't know if you guys ever listened to a band back in the day, Face to Face. We had them on Build a number of years ago, and they talk about just working a song like Meant to Live, right? Like they had back in the day, bands would have songs on an earlier EP or an earlier album, and then work it, and it would wind up on like the first major label release or something. Like, you know what I mean? That never happens anymore either.
Yeah. That actually happened to us with Dare You to Move.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
it was on 2 records.
Yes.
So our 3rd album and our 4th.